This week, the monsters were shoved into a tour bus and hauled to the Mojave Desert in California for the Neotropolis Festival. Love that they took them on location. Hello, budget. This festival actually looks really cool. It is a immersive sci-fi cyberpunk wasteland desert festival with LARPing. We love fantasy. Can you tell today I'm also in the fantasy of my favorite drag monster? Pokemon Go to the polls! Quick recap of the episode. We were on a great track to have an exciting time, only to be derailed by the non-stop pointless drama. We had this fight, and this fight, and this fight. Although the monsters were on site at a cool, immersive experience, what we did get was them breaking up into groups and talking shit for about 25% of the episode. We did get 30 seconds of a cool dance breakdown. Great moves, am I right? Before hot Dom Daddy. Israel, that name didn't age well, am I right? Whisks them away and tells them that their challenge is going to be the Monsters of Rock Cyberpunk Cyber Pussy Edition. And guess what? While they were getting ready, we had more pointless drama. And in case you are absolutely dying to know about the drama that took place, it was Cynthia Doll being like, I can't believe you put me at the bottom, I would never do that to you! And then Blackberry being perfectly reasonable with her decision making, which Cynthia would just be like, why would you do that? I would never do that to you! I couldn't do that to you! You're not my sister, you're not my friend! It was tiresome. Yeah. Grown adults on a monster scary reality show just really digging at each other. And feel free to tell me how you feel. Do you like the episodes? Do you like the non-stop bickering and fighting and drama? Is that why you tune in? Am I alone in thinking that there's more to this programming than watching them yell at each other for 30 minutes per episode? I don't know. Maybe I'm not the target audience. Maybe I need to watch something more sedate. Maybe it's the Great British Bake Off for me. I don't know. Alrighty, my eligible voting monsters, let's get right into it. First up, we have Abora. And would you look at that? She's giving us some stilt-walking polio realness. I am generally inclined to like these kinds of things, but it makes a big impact, but I don't know, is it actually good? She's kind of just like wearing some boots. She's got stuffed animals haphazardly placed on her shoulders. She got this bald cap with hair on the sides, kind of a Black Mirror of my future, honestly, if I just grow my hair out a little bit. Honestly, I don't think this is very good, but it's creepy and scary, so she gets some points for that. I mean, she's also really tall, she's making an impact, but I don't know, there's not much going on here. Points for effort and creativity and standing out, but I'm gonna give this a no. Then we got Blackberry. Oh yeah, she's a lady Mega Man with a big old fisting glove. Keep that fist away from my hole. Yeah, this is kind of all over the place. Kind of messy for her. I'm not real feeling it. I love the face and the hair, but everything else is like, no. Next up, we got Cynthia Doll. Alrighty, I think this is pretty great actually for someone who is so incredibly annoying. I don't know how she had time to make herself look this cool when all she was doing was bitching the entire fucking episode. This is cool. I love this guitar. Apparently it shoots blood. That's amazing. The blue bodysuit matches the blue paint on the face. There's details. It's crazy. It's wastelandy. Honestly, this is pretty good. I think this is one of the better looks of the day because, I don't know, some of these monsters seem to be on the struggle bus right now. But yeah, Cynthia Doll, I'm gonna give this a big ol' yeah. Up next we have Disasterina. This is me attempting to do Disasterina again. I am propping myself up to get this accent right by the time she gets eliminated. This is actually not so bad. It kind of gives me a little Ziggy Stardust I really appreciate someone who clearly made everything themselves. I mean, this look actually kind of makes sense, you know. She's got a full-on guitar, and she's got these like straps. It's kind of given like is it those Wasteland Mad Max people with the silver face spray? I buy this. I actually buy this for existing in this universe. Yes, Disasterina. Yes, redemption. Yes, Disasterina. Yes, redeem yourself. I like this. In terms of cyberpunk rockstar, I think this actually meets the prompt. Next up we have Dahlia Black, and this is kind of different than what she actually wore for the challenge. She had this big like 613 blonde mullet thing, which is really cool. And then she put on this helmet because she had to show the judges the helmet. Yeah, that's what they want to see, your helmet. Overall, yeah, cyberpunk. I see some cyberpunk. Can't fault her there. Is it a little basic? Is it a little Judy Jetson Hooker? Kinda. I wish she just kept that hair on if we're gonna go for rockstar, but it's fine. I'm gonna say Nar. Nar, thank you. Dahlia Black. Then we've got Eva Destruction. Ooh la la, hello. Okay, I kind of love this. I love this spiky underwear. It's very punk, very rock. There's spikes all over. There's a whole through line here. You know, love me a gal with some white contacts. That really makes a monster, by the way. If you ever feel like you need to put a little spook in your step, just put in those white contacts and bam, you are a Dragula. The mask is cool. This is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy monstrous. I'm gonna give this a big old yes. This picture also makes me really wonder, like, what does she smell like? Does anybody know? I'm curious. Does she look like this but like secretly smell really good? Or does she smell the way she looks in this photo? I don't know. Next up, we got your favorite monster, Taylor Swift. I mean, J. Jolie. Not giving us the Taylor Swift fantasy. Here she has this scary mask with a lot of teeth. Probably gives a good old toothy BJ, if you know what I mean. I bet all those teeth are really good for chewing protein bars. She's got a big old gun because obviously one needs a gun if they're gonna be in a rock band, am I right? If you're gonna kill all the other competitors in the rock band. This is kind of cute. I mean, she's really going out of her way here to be scary. At least there's lots of teeth and not a lot of red sequin fabrics and scraggly blonde Taylor Swift wigs. I kind of dig this. Nyas. Nyas. Next up we have Jaharia, who actually is kind of the definition of a cyberpunk rock diva. I mean, this is correct. We got the big old rocker hair, we got the rocker guitar, she got the kiss face. And there's, you know, the little cybernetic details in the bodice, the arm, the shoes, the tongue sticking out, you know, which means you're a rock star. Yeah, I dig this. This is cohesive and it actually makes sense. You go, Jaharia, killing it. You brought the good looks. Yes. Then we got JK, and hell yeah. 2 weeks in a row now, JK's making me all wet. Look at this giant hair. This is amazing. We got this drag king muscle bodysuit, or you know what? Maybe that's just JK's natural body. I would lick the orange right off of those silicone abs. Ooh, are the Boulet brothers gonna say something about those big club kid boots? Ooh, you know they hate those. But yeah, this is great. The makeup story's right, the outfits, super punk, super rocker. Honestly, so far, I think this might be my favorite. You go, JK. You go, JK. 2 big fists right up your... La Zavaleta, the ketamine queen from Kentucky Springs, or Brooklyn, or whatever. I like the hair, but that's about it. The cape looks like some moldy throwaway satin that you would line your Burning Man pop-up tent with, which actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, maybe that kind of meets the prompt. I like the silver sprayed up the legs. I mean, it's kind of messy and grungy. Maybe it's not so bad. Wasteland cybernetic rock goddess? Maybe. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think this kind of makes sense. I'm doing the full circle over here. You know what, Zavaleta? From one Kelly girl to another, I'm gonna give this a yo. Then we got Loris, and you know what? I think Loris looks pretty good here. I love this wig. It's fun and crazy. We got these big old spikes. I love these high-end Hot Topic trip pants. They've been embellished to death. She seems to have like a gun or a guitar for an arm, which honestly, that's what J. Jolie should have done when she walked in as Taylor Swift last week. Had a mechanical arm, that would have all made sense. The makeup's great. Loris looks pretty freaking cool. I would vote for her, and I would hope that you go down to the polls and you also submit your votes for Loris. Although, spoiler alert, she loses. Yeah, Loris, I think this look is really great. I'm gonna give it a nyas. We have Mother, we've got Priscilla Chambers. Alrighty. The headpiece is given very much that cyberpunk feel. She's got that big old swinging ball and chain, which is, I'm sure, a very useful musical instrument. She was like, yeah, it didn't make sense to bring this out on stage. And I'm like, yeah. I think the judges were like, yeah, we wish you had this big ball and chain on the stage. And I'm like, for a rock challenge, that's what she needed. A giant ball with spikes to swing around. Ball with spikes to swing around. Could she play Through the Fire and Flames on this ball and chain? I don't know. Maybe she can. In terms of wasteland cyberpunk rock, I think this actually kind of meets the prompt though. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a no. And then finally we got Sigourney Beaver, who clearly was like, the Boulets love big rocker hair, so I'm gonna give them that big rocker hair. And guess what? When it came time to deliberate, they said, we'll love your hair. But yeah, the rest of the look is kind of just like an afterthought. She looks incredible. She looks sexy. But I'm not getting much cybernetic besides that little face hugger thing she's got on her cheeks. I think she looks great. I love that she's annoying everybody. Yeah, I don't think this one quite does it for me. I do like the hair though, but I'm gonna give this a no. And let's not forget about our judges. First we have our Steam Mothers, the Boulay brothers. I'm not as crazy about this as I was last week. Especially when they were just walking down the wasteland over here and they had their necks showing, something was missing. Part of the fantasy wasn't there, but you know what? Drag is art, and art is subjective, and that's not what we're here to judge. Am I right? Mothers? Uglies? The body suits are kind of cool, but I think we could go a little farther here. Then we got actual real-life goddess Kate Siegel. I love watching her in all the Blumhouse series. Just finished watching Fall of the House of Usher. Love to see her get torn apart by a chimpanzee. This was a choice to wear to Dragula, you know, a little tartan jumpsuit. That's all you got? After being on 7 horror anthology series? It's okay. You're still gorgeous, babe. You can do no wrong. And then we got Ryan Turek, who is the VP of production for Blumhouse. So he's swimming in the same pudding as Kate Siegel here. Yeah! I could see him as like the backup drummer for Marilyn Manson. This makes sense. Good for you. Good for you. I think he could have maybe added a gauged Prince Albert to really complete the look. Maybe like a mouth stretcher, perhaps. It looks like he's just dabbling in fetish gear. I support you on this journey. And this week, our bottom 2 monsters were Jade Swift Taylor-Jolie and Loris. The Boulets really said, we don't care about Season 1 anymore. Season 1, you can go fuck yourself. How about that? Bye, Frankie Doom. Bye, Loris. Or is it goodbye? And now it's time to give out our awards. This week, we have a double crowning for Negative Nancy and Energy Vampire. So congratulations to you, Cynthia Doll. This week you are absolutely the most relentlessly annoying, tiresome, non-stop Good God, like, leave them alone. Get over it. Do you think this makes you likable? Do you think the producers are gonna keep you because you just can't stop fucking screaming? I don't know, maybe they will. Maybe you're doing it right, girl. Keep doing you, we love it. I'd still like to give an honorable mention to Dahlia Black. Although Cynthia did unfortunately upstage you this week, you continue to be a fucking narc. Apparently, Dahlia went to production and said, Eliza Valletta is doing ketamine. Kill her! Girl, do you think her doing ketamine is gonna make her better at this competition? What do you care? Why does it matter? Let her do her therapy. Do I believe that it's prescribed? Probably not. Do I care? Definitely not. Part of being a monster is sometimes being a 365 party girl. A little ketamine ain't never hurting nobody, but you, Dahlia, you're hurting my feelings. And the award for Most Metal Monster! Woo! This week goes to JK! Love the look. They rocked on. By comparison, we're more funny than annoying. I mean, my favorite line of the episode was, I'm starting to see the La Zavaleta I know back in Brooklyn, who is a stirring liar on ketamine. Congratulations, JK, this is for you. If you need a girlfriend, call me! Also, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, the government, and democracy. Like and subscribe, and don't forget to join me next week on the campaign trail. Happy Halloween, everyone!